state of the competitive meta right now, the rock, the paper, the scissors, the Basculin, the Kingambit, and the Sneasler. They put each other in pins, which basically means Sneasler can 1-KO Kingambit, Kingambit can 1-KO Basculin, Basculin can 1-KO Sneasler, I think, yeah. And yeah, this is a very annoying trio. You can literally just put these three in a team and it will work, and like just slap on a random mega and whatever, and this team probably functions very well. It's because of Sneasler is very fast with Unburden. With now it's mostly paired with White Herb to shake off Intimidate from like Incineroar or whatever, or just like CC, and then basically you go back to normal and then you double your speed. And basically what happens is this speed is like so incredibly fast that it's like basically unreachable, like 189 times 2, which is like 400. And that mostly even outspeed stuff in Tailwind, like that's how incredibly fast this Sneasler is. One way to reach the speed is by Basculin. You have Swift Swim, and then even with max investment, of course it's not going to reach it, but like most people maybe like slap on a Scarf. But then the problem is the damage. So where does the damage come from? So people have mostly been using adaptability, even in Rain teams, which used to run Swift Swim for the speed. They just ditched the speed for adaptability choice Scarf. But now, as the meta shift, they felt like they can put the Scarf on somebody else, like Rotom, and put the sash on Basculin. And yeah, I think it's very funny that the whole thing's moving around. Maybe sometimes because of this guy, Kingambit, it can threaten a 1-hit kill with Basculin, even when it's underspeeded by like a whole lot. Why? Because of this move, Sucker Punch. So then what I've seen in Basculin is maybe they run very funny move called Substitute, which basically means that Sucker Punch can't do anything to them. And like, yeah, that's very funny. But yeah, I mean, like, that's very situational move, but yeah, I mean, that's basically what Basculin's used for. It's just Aqua Jet for priority, Sucker Punch, and sorry, not Sucker Punch, Last Respect, which is one of the most powerful moves in the whole competitive scene because of how strong it is. It's at 50 power every time a party member faints. So when it's the last person on the field, it's going to get plus to 200 base power. Yeah, that's how strong this move is. And if it's just normally, it's just Wave Crash in non-Sash sets. Because if you're running Focus Sash, you normally want that liquidation so you don't damage yourself and you don't break the Sash. Yeah, but even if the damage, just look at these three. How absurd the attacking stat is. 112, 135, 130. Like, these Pokemons are all capable to knock each other out. Like, I mean, Sneasler is actually not capable to knock Basculin out, even if it run Throat Chop, which is something that I actually like to run. But the interaction will be if you Throat Chop the Basculin and Basculin Wave Crash into you, then both of you will go down, basically. But then this Kingambit is threatened by close combat, and in this you have no choice, and I don't see people running Sash. So what people running is Chople Berry. Where's Chople Berry here? It's basically half fighting type attack, but funny enough, for like half the time, even with Chople Berry, it still doesn't tank any fighting type attack at all. So yeah, Kingambit's basically like just bad into Sneasler matchup, but you need it for the Basculin matchup into as a Pokemon. So then there's other Pokemon that you might add, like I say Rotom Wash, which has a very good defense stat of I mean, not very good, but like a decent enough defense stat, 107, and it has Weave Core Will-O-Wisp, which can burn like all three of them, and it's naturally good into Basculin. So then some team, if you don't want to run Kingambit, you run Rotom, and you get good matchup into Basculin. And then if you run Kingambit and you don't have anything into Sneasler, you might run Sinistcha, which is a ghost type. It's Rage Powder, can redirect all the fighting type move into it, and then Kingambit can do something to Sneasler, like the most normal, like Kowtow Cleave, which is a very, very strong move. And it doesn't miss, like if your opponent pulls some evasion shenanigans, you can have Kowtow Cleave. And I think the set that I like to run is just Black Glasses, which just make Kowtow Cleave a 102.5 base power move. It's very strong. It basically OHKO this guy, which might be annoying to some people. Verigraph. It's supposedly bulky, but like Kingambit with Kowtow Cleave mostly just kill it. And like, I think this is the meta right now, is the rock paper scissors, because of how much of these Pokemon running around. Sinistcha sometimes will run the, let me find the berry, I don't know what it was called. Ghost, yeah, this one. Half from Ghost type attack to live Last Respect. And Verigraph might go for the berry, which is Cobra, to half the damage from King Gambit. And as I said earlier, it might run for the... Okay, I can't find it now, but whatever the berry's called. Cobra. Okay, yeah, whatever. The thing that half fighting type attacks. Yeah, and like these are all like just rock, paper, scissors of different Pokemon just trying to adapt. Okay, I mean, it's funny that we have adaptability on here to adapt to the meta and like just be slightly more defensive to the point where it's good. And I think this is what the Pokemon's always about. It's about how to counter your opponent with some creative team building. And I will share some other creative team building that I think is necessary in this meta right now for our next episode. So subscribe.